Well, hello YouTube. Back in the shop. Back in the shop. So we got the left elevator all mocked up. We got ProSeal. We did that over the last couple days. It's been sitting here cooked and everything. So this is the trailing edge, and this is the elevator trim. So we got that all done and everything. So today what we're gonna do is proceed to get this cleaned up, right? We got a little bit of ProSeal overdone, so we got to get this cleaned up, and we're gonna get this riveted, this trailing edge here riveted together and everything, and then we've got to put the hinges in. So that's the next step. Don't know how much we're gonna get to. And look, the shop is clear of the tail. There's the stands. We moved the tail over to the other section. Got some good news. The wings were supposed to be here today, but they weren't going to get here until about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. So I asked that they deliver them tomorrow, and the shipping company is going to do that for us. So, yeah, so we were able to get that done. Now, I will have to tell you, I'm going to look for it. I don't know where it's at. I'm going to look at the shop here. It's a mess. It's a mess. Let me see if I can find it. A couple tools, and I forgot to show you guys this when we did the ProSeal, like I was going to, but I wanted to show you guys this. This is a pneumatic. I saw the guy at Vans when he was doing the gas tanks using this, and I will have to tell you, this thing is incredible. It dispensed the ProSeal. It was consistent. It was nice. It just made life a lot easier. And so I would highly recommend that you get that. I'm looking for the other cool tool that I had, and let me just go in here, and I don't find it. But basically, I'll find it later for you guys. Yeah. What did I do with it? Oh, well, I'll have to look for it later. But basically, what it was is when you're mixing up your ProSeal tube, I'm dumpster diving. Here's the ProSeal tube. When you're mixing it up, it actually attaches to the, oh, it's on the drill. Man, here we go. So what this does is this attaches to that ProSeal to mix it up, and you turn this and you can move it in and out, and that helps you in mixing up the ProSeal. You can get this from Aircraft or from Cleveland as well. Highly recommend it. It made life mixing that ProSeal up so much more easier and everything. So with that being said, I gotta clean this up. I don't know why we didn't clean this when it was still wet, but my head wasn't in the game. So I gotta clean this up, get this ProSeal off and everything, and then we will proceed to rivet this edge up. And I've got a pretty cool tool for that as well. Gosh, I got a lot of tools, don't I? And I will show you that guy. It is this here, and it's made for riveting the leading edges, and I'll show you a little bit more of that when we get to that. So all right, so I appreciate you guys joining me in the shop. Stay tuned, and as we get to the points that I think you guys need to see or want to watch, I will definitely make a video. So, but you guys know the routine. I gotta get to work because this plane is not gonna build itself. All right, YouTube. So I decided what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and rivet these, and then that will allow me to get in here with a razor blade and get these. But so I took out every other one on this side, all the Clecos. Now you gotta clean these holes out because you don't want any of the ProSeal to you want the rivet to be flush with the metal, right? You're not trying to build a gasket there. So, and you also need to clean the hole out. So the recommendation, don't do what you're tempted to do. And that's to put this drill bit on a drill and drill it out. You literally have to do this with your hand because you don't want to make these rivet holes any larger. You don't want to make them. It's very critical in this area that they stay two dimensions. So you just run just run your drill bit into the hole, but do it by hand. Don't be tempted to want to put it in your drill bit and go, oh, I'll just speed the process up, right? This is not a speed thing. You know, just run this through with your hand like that, and then to clean out all of the ProSeal in the hole. And then now we'll proceed to rivet. So I got my rivets here, the 3-5s, and then I'll get my pneumatic squeezer out and I'll show you the new riveting, or the new set that is used for doing trailing edges. To show you this new set, and if you guys look at it very closely, you'll see that it's ever so slightly angled. And what that does is it makes that V, so it crimps the rivets perfectly. And this is set up, you know, when you order these, they sell them for RV14 and RV10. Make sure you order the RV10 leading edge set, and you can get this from Cleveland as well. But that's how that works, and it just makes phenomenal trailing edge rivets. Does a really good job. To be honest with you, you could, if you wanted to, alternate up down. You know, with this, because it does that good of a job in doing the set. But yeah, I'm gonna do, since this is the top and this is the part that you will see when you approach the aircraft, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rivets all on this side. But you could alternate without any issues, and it actually looks really well. But like I said, I'm just gonna do it because of the appeal. A lot of guys and a lot of builders will alternate because they think that it kind of distributes the load across to keep from pillowing and stuff. To me, I don't think it's a big enough deal. So I'll just go ahead and rivet these together, and then I'll take the clecos off and then finish riveting out. So, all right. Show you the riveting it does, and this is perfectly, I get my finger there. This is perfectly flush with that, and that's what you're going for. And it builds like, it's what they call like an acorn, kind of, where it looks like somewhat of an acorn. But each one of these rivets is perfectly flush with the skin now, and that's the perfect setting. And like I said, there is nothing wrong with alternating them. A lot of people do it. I'm not, but that, you know, your mileage is different. You guys can do different things. It's your plane. But that's exactly what I did here, and it is, and that set is just perfect for doing these trailing edges and everything. So, all right, got to pull out the clecos and do the rest. All right, YouTube. So, a couple things I wanted to share with you. You know, we always are learning. We're always learning and getting better at what we do. And I was watching the video that Vans has put up on how to do the RV12 or the RV fuel tank. And one of the things, I have this nice, and I highly recommend that you guys get one of these. Hey, this is the Ukrainian colors. Hey, go Ukraine. So you get one of these pneumatics. But one of the things I found out that I was doing wrong, and I watched the video, is I had the pressure set up way too high. They recommend about 40 pounds of pressure. It's the same as my bucking bar, to be honest, with my pneumatic when I'm bucking, about 40 pounds instead of 90 for this tool. And what I found is that if you set it to 40, what it will do is it will suck the parts together before, if it's bumping in your hand, like if you're riveting something and it's popping like this, you know, not that drastic, you get the idea. Your pressure's too high. It should be smooth, consistent, and it should pull the pieces together. And that's exactly what I did. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Make sure you get your regulator and set it about 40, 45 your mileage, but definitely not 90. 90 is way too much for this. So I set mine about 40, 43, and it worked perfect. And it pulled the parts together. This was kind of sticking out a little bit, and it pulled it together, and then it broke that piece off, which is what it's supposed to do. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, YouTube. here we go. Uno, dos, and I will have to say, keeping the hinges on while you're riveting is the best way to do it. This is looking perfect. I know I have to cut this, but I use my Dremel to do that. Very carefully, I will cut that with the Dremel and then shape it up that way. I cut it with the Dremel. A lot of people will use the bandsaw. I didn't like it. So I'll cut it with the Dremel like I did this one there, and it ends up perfect along there. Plus, I'm able to retain that that little bit right there in the end. So yeah, so we got it riveted up, and it is moving without any kind of friction. So that is a good thing. And so yeah, so that's it. So what do I have to do to complete the elevators? I have to roll these bottom edges, roll them. I'm gonna keep them like that for now because it allows them to sit up. It allows them to sit up in the on the flats and stuff. If they were rolled, I'd have to sit them up on the edges. And then I also have to put in the counterweights on the back. But I'm gonna hold off on that. That was actually planned. But like I said, I'm gonna keep them, instead of rolling them, that way I have a way of, so they'll sit up in the brackets like that and stay out of the way. It's less likely to get damaged. So, okay, I'm gonna call it a night. It's been a long day. Got about 3 hours in today, getting both of the elevators done. Actually, just getting this last elevator done. That was done the other day. Getting this one done, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Wing kit will be here tomorrow. I have confirmation. It was supposed to be here today, but the delivery company was running way behind, and they wouldn't get it here until 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And I didn't want it to sit in my driveway overnight and everything, and I didn't want to have to pull it all the way over here and unload it and everything. So we'll get it tomorrow, and we'll get that loaded in here. But yeah, the elevators are in. Like I said, the only thing I gotta do is cut the piano hinges there, but I'll do that with a Dremel. Easy peasy. Famous last words, right? So like always, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends about us, about the build and everything. I'm not doing it. I'm not trying to monetize this. This is a hobby, passion. It's not a business for me. Well, it will be a business for me eventually as I progress through my flight training and everything. But yeah, just tell your friends about us. It's a community. I've learned so much from those that have come before me. I hope I am providing you guys with good information that will help you with your build. And like always, if you have a comment or concern or question about the airplane or the build, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I'll get back to you when I can. And you guys know the routine. Make sure you keep it to the airplane. Politics and everything, keep that aside. But like always, may God bless you, keep you safe, and protect you and your family.